The European Union and China share a responsibility to uphold and reform the global trading system so we can keep it open, fair and grounded on rules. This responsibility also extends to upholding international norms, rules and institutions, and this is why we raised the critical issue of China's support for Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. This has a direct and dangerous impact on Europe's security, and we expressed together our expectations that China would follow up on our concerns and the expectation that it would use its influence to bring Russia to accept a ceasefire, to come to the negotiation table, enter peace talks, and put an end to the bloodshed. How China continues to interact with Putin's war will be a determining factor for our relations going forward.
This is my video update on this Thursday afternoon, July the 24th, coming to you from Moscow. Let's talk about some news. And let's start things off with Tulsi Gabbard's announcement yesterday, where she said that she will be referring Obama for criminal charges. Oh my God. Say it ain't so, Obama for criminal charges. Wow. What about Bidenopolis? What's going on with Bidenopolis? No one is talking about Bidenopolis in all of this. Maybe they're holding it back. I'm sure Tulsi Gabbard is holding back a whole lot of information. The really good stuff, the really juicy stuff, you know that they're not releasing that. But anyway, we got quite a statement from Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi refers Obama for criminal charges after debunking top Russia hoax lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. So what lies was Obama telling, according to Tulsi Gabbard? Well, she exposed three lies exposed by Tulsi. Lie number one, Putin and the Russian government helped Trump win the 2016 election. That is a lie. That is a lie. According to all the evidence and documentation that Tulsi Gabbard has looked at, it was Clinton that everyone thought was going to win, including the Russian government. That's right. Everyone was expecting Clinton to win, and Trump won, to everyone's surprise, and that's true. That is true. Everyone thought that Clinton had it locked up. Everyone thought that Hillary was going to be the president back in 2016, including foreign governments, including the Russian government. So they were expecting Hillary Clinton. They were not pulling for Trump. They weren't expecting Trump. That is a lie, according to Tulsi Gabbard. Lie number two, the Steele dossier was not used as a source in the 2017 Obama Intelligence Community Assessment. The Obama ICA, the Steele dossier, was not used as a source. That is a lie. That is a lie. River Flotilla Restaurant. I wonder how that restaurant is on the River Flotilla. Flotilla. Anyway, that is a lie. The Steele dossier was used. It absolutely was used as a source in 2017. What is the truth, according to Tulsi Gabbard? Not only did Brennan, Comey, Clapper, and others include the dossier, they overruled senior intel officials who warned them it was fabricated and should not be used. So they even got a warning. Brennan, Comey, and Clapper, and others, they even got a warning. Don't use the Steele dossier. Guys, Guys, the Steele dossier is nonsense. Nonsense. Don't use it. They used it. They absolutely used it. Clapper, I hear, is lawyering up, huh? Clapper's getting a lawyer. Oh, man. So that is lie number 2. And finally, lie number 3. The Obama admin 2017 ICA, Intelligence Community Assessment, was an independent IC product produced with apolitical analysis. You lie. You lie, according to Tulsi Gabbard. Liar. Liar. Oh, man. That's a lie. It's a lie. The truth, according to Tulsi Gabbard, is that Obama ordered the intelligence community assessment they knew was false, promoting a contrived narrative with the intent of undermining the legitimacy and power of a duly elected president of the United States, Donald Trump. Yeah, there was nothing apolitical or independent about any of this stuff. So yeah, there is a permanent state, deep state war going on, man. No doubt about it. Check out this Fox News title: House panel directs chairman to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton and Epstein probe. The subpoenas will be issued in the near future, a committee aide said. Yeah, man, there is a deep state war taking place. You got Russiagate, you got Epstein-gate. Russiagate is a nice distraction for Epstein-gate, but Epstein is being used against the Trump White House. The Trump White House is using Epstein against Hillary and Bill Clinton. Russiagate is going after the Obama crowd. Remember when the Hillary crowd and the I need some water, by the way. Anyway, remember when they went after Tulsi Gabbard, saying that she was a Russian agent, a Russian stooge? Remember that? Yeah, they went after Tulsi Gabbard. So yeah, there's a big time permanent state, deep state war going on, and we don't have all the details of what's taking place. We just have a little bit of what is going on. So it's very hard to understand all the moves that are being made. But something is happening. Something is happening in the permanent state of Washington, D.C. You have the Wall Street Journal going after Trump in a big way. Murdoch, right? The Wall Street Journal is Rupert. I think it's Rupert. He is going after, well, the WSJ is going after Trump. Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein file. Bondi told President at the meeting that Justice decided to not release more Jeffrey Epstein documents because the presence of child, you know what, and the need to protect victims. The Wall Street Journal said that being mentioned in the records isn't a sign of wrongdoing. The officials said it was a routine briefing that covered a number of topics and that Trump's appearance in the documents wasn't the focus. By the way, the Trump White House dismisses the WSJ report claiming Trump was told his name appears in the Epstein files. They are calling it fake news. That is what they are calling it, the Trump White House. And Nancy Pelosi, she posted on X to release the files, release the Epstein files. Yeah, the Wall Street Journal is owned by Dow Jones and Company, which is a subsidiary of News Corp. News Corp is controlled by the Murdoch family. All right. So Fox News is super pro-Trump. Most of the time it's pro-Trump, though it does have some anti-Trump elements as well. But that's all Murdoch. So Nancy Pelosi says, release the files, release the files. You got the Nancy Pelosi clan in in this war as well. You got the Pelosi clan, you got the Obama clan, you got the Trump clan, you got Hillary and Bill Clinton, that crowd. Anyway, let's move on to Project Ukraine, which is also connected to all of this Russiagate stuff, right? Let's not forget about Project Ukraine and everything that was going down after the Maidan coup d'etat. Biden and Hunter and Burisma. Yeah, had all of that going on. So you have another Maidan unfolding as we record, as we walk and talk. Another Maidan is taking place. This time it is targeting the Green Goblin. That's right, the Green Goblin has protesters. I talked about this in my video update yesterday because he has decided to go after the Western-made anti-corruption agency known as Naboo, which is a Star Wars planet, right? Not an Avatar reference. It's a Star Wars reference, but the anti-corruption agency is known as Naboo, and Zelensky is looking to shut this thing down. Is essentially what he's doing. He's folding it under his administration is what he's doing. But the Western controlled, the U.S. controlled anti-corruption agency Naboo has been seized by Zelensky. Seize, not freeze. And what was the response from the U.S. and from the collective West? All right, you want to take away our oversight of Project Ukraine and our control of the money flows, because that is what this is all about. It is all about money. Who controls the flow of money? Is it the Zelensky regime, or is it the Naboo, which is controlled by the collective West? Who provides oversight and control for all of the money and the military defense procurement? That's what this is all about. And Zelensky telling the collective West, if you refuse to give me weapons and money, I'm asking for $120 billion. If you refuse, then I'm just going to take away Naboo. And then we all lose. That's Zelensky's message. With Naboo, we all win, right? We all get a piece with Naboo of everything that is coming into Ukraine. But without Naboo, you lose. So that's what's happening in Ukraine. And Zelensky got protesters sent onto the streets. Protesters angry with the Green Goblin. Definitely not a grassroots type of thing. We're not going to see a regime change because these protesters are not the types of crowds that will remove Zelensky. If anything, what will remove Zelensky will be the three-letter agencies and the collective West leaders who are going to be so upset with Zelensky's actions to seize Naboo that they'll just get rid of him. But this protest is not going to actually lead to the downfall of the Green Goblin. But it is attracting a lot of attention. And a lot of people are asking a lot of questions. And Zelensky, well, he's starting to back down. He is starting to back down. He posted on X that he will create another organization that will monitor corruption in Ukraine, and he says it will be independent of Russian influence because he says the Naboo was infiltrated by Putin. And Zelensky says he will create a new anti-corruption organization which will be independent of Russian influence. So you can see that he's already starting to back down and walk back the seizure and the closing down of Naboo, offering a Naboo alternative. That's what Zelensky is offering to the collective West. But you gotta give me money, man. You gotta give me money, guys. Give me some money and we'll create a Naboo number 2. Naboo number 2. That is what Zelensky is basically offering. Lindsey Graham is mad at Zelensky for going after the anti-corruption agency. Lindsey Graham upset with his little buddy. Little buddy, what are you doing? Why are you shutting down our anti-corruption agency? How dare you do this? So yeah, Lindsey Graham upset. Ursula, very upset with Zelensky. Very upset. Ursula von der Math. She warned Zelensky over the risk to Ukraine's EU bid. That's right, her spokesman, Guillaume Messier, told reporters that Ursula conveyed her strong concerns about the consequences of the new law and requested explanations. She wants Zelensky to explain what is going on. What are you doing? She said the legislation risks weakening strongly the competences and powers of anti-corruption institutions of Ukraine. And Ursula urged respect for the rule of law and the fight against corruption. There cannot be a compromise, according to her spokesman, according to Ursula. Seize not freeze. We've got tools. But Ursula, I learned from you. Seize not freeze and we've got tools. You know, give me money, I got tools. I shut down Naboo. Right, Podolyak? Right, Mr. President. Right. Yeah, man, so Zelensky, he pissed off Ursula. He pissed off Lindsey Graham. It's a lot like what happened in Georgia, isn't it? In a strange way, this reminds me of the EU collective West coup attempt against Georgia Dream, when Georgia Dream said they're going to shut down the NGOs, or they're going to monitor the NGOs, and they're going to put in place a Foreign Agents Act. And doing that would mean that you start monitoring the collective West money that spins in the washing machine, and they didn't like that, so they tried to overthrow the Georgia Dream. This is the same thing in a way, in a weird, bizarre way. This is very, very similar. It's just that instead of Georgia Dream, you have Zelensky, man. But Zelensky's trying to seize control of the anti-corruption agency and the way money goes through the washing machine. And they don't like it, right? The powers that be don't like it. And they're warning Zelensky, you better stop, man. You better stop. We live in strange times, very strange times. All right, so that's what's going on with that story. And we can now talk about the negotiations. Should we talk about the negotiations? Yeah, we had Russia-Ukraine negotiations take place in Istanbul. The third meeting, Umerov, the guy that that was supposed to be Ukraine's ambassador to the United States, but the United States turned him down. He was the chief negotiator for Ukraine. You had Medinsky, the chief negotiator for Russia, and Medinsky dominated. He absolutely dominated this meeting. He dominated the press conference. What was agreed on is no surprise to anyone. This meeting did not resolve any of the root causes. There was no agreement for a deal or a ceasefire or anything like that. Most of the meeting was about humanitarian issues, a POW exchange. Russia said they will release, they will hand back 3,000 bodies of fallen soldiers once Ukraine is ready to accept those fallen soldiers. So that was agreed on, and that was pretty much it. It's exactly as predicted. That's how this meeting went down. Russia proposed that a working group be set up between the two countries so they can work through each other's memorandums that they put together to try and get to a deal. But Ukraine has still not accepted that offer, and that's it. Medinsky said that Umerov, at one point in time during the meeting, during the conversations, he proposed the idea of a meeting between Putin and Zelensky. The two leaders sit down and talk, right, and solve Project Ukraine between the two of them. And Medinsky said that's nonsense. He said that's nonsense. It's not going to happen. Putin and Zelensky, or whoever is going to be the leader of Ukraine, they will sit down when there is a deal in place and everything has been agreed on, and the two leaders need to sign the papers. In other words, what Medinsky was saying is that Putin will meet whoever is going to be on the other side of the table representing Ukraine. They will meet when they're ready to sign the surrender capitulation papers. That's basically what Medinsky said. So yeah, that was also interesting. So the Trump administration, they greenlit $322 million in weapons to Project Ukraine. I believe this is all part of the Biden drawdown package, if I'm not mistaken. But now we have the Trump administration approving these weapons to go to Project Ukraine. And in this weapons package, we're talking about Hawk, air defense. Hawk air defense missiles is an old system. Man, this system goes back to like the 1960s, the Hawk system, but it's been upgraded and revamped multiple times. And that's what was given to Ukraine. No Patriots, no Patriot missiles, nothing like that. The Hawk air defense system, and also Bradley's systems. We're talking about spare parts and training and stuff like that. The Bradleys is something that Sierski specifically asked for. He said that he needs Bradleys, and they will be put to use. And the Hawks will be put to use, but not for hypersonic missiles. Not for hypersonic missiles. And it is a fairly old system, but from what I understand, it's going to be an effective system, at least for the drones. So that's my understanding of the Hawks. So that is... Yeah, let's cross. That is the package that Trump is now putting together. The Trump administration is approving and putting together these weapons packages, which is a change from Trump not approving and not putting together weapons packages from the Biden drawdown. So that's the big change there, is that now the Trump administration is organizing all of this and putting all of this together and sending it to Project Ukraine, though the weapons and the systems that they're going to be sending are going to make zero difference with regards to the trajectory of the conflict. Oh boy, should we do some more news? Maybe get into a clown world. It was raining, and the rain stopped, and now it is humid and sticky and getting warm again. So we have a conflict brewing between Cambodia and Thailand. We've had border clashes going on for a while now between Cambodia and Thailand, but things have escalated and things are very, very dangerous between these two countries at the moment. Thailand's military, from what I understand, is much, much bigger, much more powerful than Cambodia. I think what triggered this, at least my reading of things, is that the trigger to all of this was the fact that over the past few months, there have been Thai soldiers who have been injured or have lost their legs because of bombs or explosives in the border region. And this happened again the other day, and then Cambodia started to bring in artillery and stuff like that to the border, and they started firing it into Cambodia, and then Cambodia brought in their heavy weapons, and they started firing back at Thailand started firing back at Cambodia. And then you had Thai fighter jets hitting Cambodia as well, hitting the border area of Cambodia as well. Last I read, Cambodia officials, they are requesting that Thailand de-escalate. At least that's what Cambodia is requesting. That's what I read. But I don't know much about the history of the tensions between these two countries. All I read and all I know at the moment is that this is something that has been brewing for a while now. A lot of tension on the border between these two countries, and the trigger was the casualties, the injuries suffered by Thai soldiers from explosives in this region. So we're going to have to monitor what is happening between Thailand and Cambodia, and we can now do a clown world. Christ the Savior Church. So we'll turn to Macron for this clown world. Once again, Macron makes another clown world appearance, and actually, maybe even not so much Macron. Brigitte Macron, who is suing Candace Owens. Come on, Macron, man. Come on, Brigitte. Come on, you're suing a podcaster? Really? Oh, man. A 219-page lawsuit. I don't understand. They're going to sue Candace in the U.S., the French president, and the first lady. They're gonna sue a podcaster in the United States of America for defamation, man. For defamation, and they're saying that Candace is bullying, Brigitte, online bullying, and spreading misinformation in her podcast series, Becoming Brigitte. And Candace announced all of this in her show yesterday, and actually, from what she was saying, she found out about the lawsuit. I mean, she was eventually served the 219 pages, but initially she found out from a Financial Times article because, according to Candace Owens, she claims that the lawsuit was actually leaked to the media before she was served. I think that's what she said during her podcast yesterday when she went over all of this. It was leaked to a bunch of media outlets like the Financial Times, and it's very much a PR type of stunt, a PR stunt to get Candace to shut up. I guess that's what this is all about. But I can't imagine a lawsuit actually going through court. Can you imagine that? Wouldn't there have to be some sort of disclosure with regards to what's going on with the Macrons? Wouldn't they want to avoid that in a court case in the United States? A defamation court case, which is extremely difficult to prove. Extremely difficult to prove defamation. A court case which, from my understanding of things, the Macrons actually lost in France. They actually lost a defamation case in France just a couple of weeks ago. So anyway, that's the clown world. We live in a bizarre world, everybody. A very, very bizarre, strange world. Makes my job interesting. Anyway, that's the video. I will end it there. An interesting walk and talk. I'm gonna look for a place to buy some water. Anyway, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Go to the Durand shop, pick up some merch. Subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. Whatever you want. I will see everyone mañana. Take care.